Hello, Basis Podcast. It's a very special day because it's NBA free agency. So we're going to be live reacting to all free agency news that comes up. It started at 6 o'clock. It's currently 6:07. I'm hype. Mo, you hype?
Yes, sir.
So we've seen some moves happen. The big move of the day, obviously, was James Harden going back to the Clippers on a 2-year, $70 million deal. What are your thoughts on that?
It's crazy overpay. I don't know. They were like hesitant about paying Paul George too much. You just paid James Harden $70 million over 2 years, which is completely wild for his production because he's fallen off. He's like not even good anymore, in my opinion. At least he's just old. He's out of shape. He's not that good of a player anymore. He's not anywhere near $35 million per year. But I don't know. I'm very surprised. I don't really know what that means for Paul George. I don't. I mean, it looks like they're really going for it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. What's your reaction to it?
I mean, it's a great move for the Clippers. I think obviously the production has gone down in the past couple of years, but I think it's a good fit for the Clippers. And
But it's
obviously,
it's consistently gone down every single year.
another move that went down in the past 20 minutes. Kevin Love signed a 2-year deal with the Miami Heat. What are your thoughts on that?
Good move for the Heat. Nothing too crazy. Money wise, he's still a good shooter. It's really the main thing he brings at this point in his career. But he's a solid player, and a a $4 million per annually for a player like Kevin Love in today's NBA with the way contracts are today is really not a bad deal for the Heat. I'm supportive of it. I think it's a good move for them.
All right. Adrian Wojnarowski. Wojnarowski. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Wojnarowski.
Just tweeted Klay Thompson plans to have discussions with the Mavericks, Lakers, Clippers, and 76ers in the opening hours of free agency. So we might be here for another 30 minutes waiting on Klay Thompson. But where do you think Klay Thompson ends up at the end of the night?
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think the Magic are going to sign him. That's my call. I see him going to the Magic. Just they need some shooting. They're the type of team that's going to be like, oh, we need to make a move. And I think they're the type of team that would overpay for somebody like Klay Thompson because, they haven't ever won a championship. They want to get that championship. They want that guy that's going to push them to the next level. And when that happens, a lot of times GMs are like, they feel the pressure. They're eager to make a move. And I think that's when you make the mistake in signing somebody like Klay Thompson, who's just not that good anymore. Like, let's be real. He's really not that good. I think I think it's going to go to the Magic.
I mean, I like the fit with him in the Lakers. I know he's kind of been washed out the past couple of years, but him and LeBron, I mean, LeBron makes everyone around them better. I mean, there's an argument for that. People are going to argue with me, no, but I think he does. And I think Klay Thompson, he might be aging. He might not be good, but the Lakers need somebody. And I don't know why the Magic would sign him. I think, obviously, Bo just tweeted, I think his only real options are Mavericks, Clippers, Lakers, and 76ers.
Oh, for real? He kept the Magic written on him for a while. Did he really say that?
No, he said he's having discussions with them tonight, but the Magic were not on the list. He said
they were on the list before. All right, okay, Magic are gonna go after Paul George then.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the big fish of the night, what do you think the big cat goes tonight?
76ers. 76ers. That's all I got.
I think 76ers too. I mean, Sixers are willing to pay the money for him, obviously.
Yeah, they're the favorites right now. Chris Haynes said they were the momentum is building for him to go to the Sixers. I don't think the Clippers are going to re-sign him. I think the Sixers will have the biggest offer for him.
Yeah. So as we wait for more moves here, obviously our New York Yankees just took 2 out of 4 from the Toronto Blue Jays. We got to bring them up to fill time here. What did you see from the Yankees this series?
I saw a very there was positive signs and there were non-positive signs. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were 2 blowout wins and 2 blowout losses. It was a weird series, to say the least. Garrett Cole looked great. That's a positive thing. The lineup, Gleyber Torres looked great. LeMahieu looked great. Ben Rice looked great. The whole lineup, really, in games 2 and 4 of the series looked great. 1 and 3, different story. But, this was a very positive sign for the rest of the season, really, being able to not lose a series for the first time in a while. I don't know, some positive stuff from it.
Yeah, I think the Yankees, obviously 5-9, have been incredible for the Yankees those past 2 days, and they were really, really bad. People were saying, 5-9, the Yankees
4-9. 4-9.
4-9. Everyone besides Judge and Soto. And everybody got it going today except for one guy, and supposed to be the prodigal son of the Yankees,
Supposed to be the what for the Yankees?
perfect child for the Yankees. I don't know what I just said before that.
Yeah.
All right, so as Mo leaves, let's have a conversation about our boy Carlos Rodon. He's been roughed up the past couple days. His past couple starts out there. The Red Sox start was bad. The Braves start last week was bad, and this one was the tipping point. Gave up, I think it was 8 runs to the Toronto Blue Jays, which cannot happen. They signed it for $162 million. He's basically roadkill out there. What are your thoughts on Carlos Rodon?
When he was having success this year, I was one of the people, and I was always saying um, like he's getting lucky. He's not the dominant Carlos Rodon that nearly won 2 Cy Youngs, right? He's not that dominant guy. He was a lot of hard hit contact that was just getting hit to the right places. It didn't look sustainable. Let's be real. It did not look sustainable. I was happy. I was rooting for him to stay like this, to stay consistent for the whole year, but it just seemed inevitable that he was going to have some blow ups. This isn't saying though that he's not going to be able to go back to what he was doing earlier. I do think he's going to find something in between what he was doing before and what he's doing now. I think a 3.6 ERA is realistic for him at the end of the year. But another thing I want to bring up is really, remember when Garrett Cole was hurt, how he was kind of like a second pitching coach? And really, ever since he came back, right? He was the last pitcher, I think, involved in that 76 game streak of 4+ innings. The next game, after he comes back, bang, the streak's over. And like the team ERA has been atrocious since then. I think it's near 9, right?
Yeah.
It's 7.76. Before it was 3.01. Like, do you think it's any effect since Cole's not really helping out like it was before? You think that's affecting any of the other pitchers? Or it's just like it's tough to do it over 162 games consistently.
No, I think it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with Cole. I think it's just the time that Cole came back. I think Rodon has been roughed up lately. Stroman has pitched like himself. Nestor had a pretty good, couple good starts there, and obviously the big guy's gone, Clark Schmidt. I think Clark Schmidt leaving was the tipping point for this rotation. But I want to apologize for something I said before. I forgot the exact word I said, but the word I said meant recklessly, like spending money recklessly for Anthony Volpe. So I just want to apologize for that because he's not spending money I can't pronounce that word. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm so confused, bro. What did you say?
Okay, moving on to another point of this series. Aaron Judge made the All-Star game. We're going to have our All-Star voting video coming out tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
He's the best player in baseball. I don't care about Ohtani. He's the best player in baseball. Completely deserved. What he's doing right now is like Barry Bonds level. It's a cool stat. I saw it on Twitter where it was Bryce Harper's MVP season was like 35 homers, 5.9 BWAR, 315 average or whatever, and Judge is like already surpassed all that or something like that, or near to surpassing that. Like it's just wild what he's doing right now. It's a peak we haven't seen since like Barry Bonds, who's doping like a ton of steroids, right? And Judge is just doing it cleanly. It's insane to see.
If you were to name the best 5 Yankees of all time, who is Aaron Judge on that list?
Best 5 Yankees of all time?
Yeah, is Aaron Judge on that list?
No, not yet. He hasn't won a championship.
All right, so that's how we're defining it. I think, but taking out
championship, Derek Jeter's over him. Derek Jeter won championships. Like Judge didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, we got a question. Over under 140 RBIs when Judge is here. I'm gonna smash the over. If he stays healthy,
he's at like 80. He's at what, 81 now? 82.
Yeah, we're halfway. We're halfway through the year.
A bit more, but yeah, I think he gets it.
Do you think Soto makes the All-Star game?
100%. There's no way he doesn't. No way. Him and Kwan will make it. Will be there.
If him slumping is a 400 on base percentage, and that's his slumping.
Also, his slump's like done. Like he's good now.
I know.
It was like, that slump was like, yeah, his OBP was like 425 in that slump, which is wild.
The fact that he said that he can't play today, and then he begged him to play today 5 minutes before the game, and then he came in the game and he hit a screamer up the middle. That's what you like to see from Yankee players. Like, we're not the Mets. We don't cry. That's the old game.
When did the Mets cry? Oh, Rodon. I'm a Yankee fan, but Rodon literally cried. Like there's actual like video evidence of crying happening on the Yankees. I didn't see anything from the Mets, but
the Mets, we haven't had an NBA move in so long right now. I don't know where the NBA moves are at, but we'll keep you updated on that. But the Mets gimmicks recently have been really bad. Ever since the OMG game, they haven't won.
That's 2 games.
Actually, it's
They're
only
in
been
a
one
rain
game.
delay now. One game.
Yeah. But they
How
technically,
horrible is that?
technically, they haven't won. They haven't won. So, and I don't know. Like
You
this is
know,
like
when I saw that video of the Mets doing that, I was jealous. I'll be honest, I was jealous. I was like, wow, they're having so much
listen.
fun right now.
It's fun to have, but like for teams like the Mets, the last time they did something like that, Timmy Trumpet came on the field for the Mets. They were sitting in first place when that happened. Guess what happened after that? They blew the division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So when this stuff happens to the Mets, you better pay attention, Mets fans. I know you own us. I saw on WFAN the other day, somebody said, I think it was Sean Morash from the Evan and Tiki show. He said, every Yankee fan should chant, the Mets are our daddies, so let's go get Vladdy. But that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, Judge said on the
I
Triple
want
Crown.
Ben Rice. I don't want Vladdy. Ben
Judge
Rice.
just said on the Triple Crown, it'd be cool, but it's not my focus. Like a lot of guys in this room, we don't play for stuff like that. We play to win. And let me finish the quote. Anytime you put on the pinstripes or the New York, you're here to win. You're all focused on getting a championship first.
Wait, what quote are you reading?
Judge on the Triple Crown. They
Huh.
asked Judge what his thoughts on the Triple Crown.
He's not gonna get it though, because once Kwon is qualified, Judge is down by like 50 points in batting average.
Oh, the Jazz are planning
Jazz
to
are-
wait the center. Omar Yurt seven.
Yurt
Source tells
seven.
ESPN, another center into the free agency market. So that's our first big move that we've had.
It's not a big
It's
move.
the first
Oh
move
my,
we've had.
oh my, you're
First move we've had. It's the first move we've had here. But going back to Aaron Judge and the Triple Crown, I think that as you make the format bigger, I think Soto is going to beat him in the Triple Crown. I do.
in average.
Yeah, batting average. That's
Oh,
what I
if you look at the pace since May, like it's not even close batting average wise.
Yeah, but Judge has also been incredible since May. You can't compare them since May. Judge has been the
Yeah.
best player in
He
baseball.
was horrible in April, and he's still hitting 316. Like, I disagree with you on
You know
that.
that if you took away Judge's first month of the year, he'd still have the same amount of still have the same amount of homers. He still lead the league in homers.
Who tweeted that? Who tweeted that?
I don't know, but I saw that.
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah. Well, his first 24 games, like a few weeks ago, but same thing.
We got some news, breaking news. Quarterback Zach Wilson just got engaged.
Amazing NBA news, no.
I mean, it's recent news. He got engaged. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really care. He's irrelevant now. Is he Denver?
Yeah,
Looks
he's
like
gonna be
a,
back.
looks like a prince in England.
The Yankees' upcoming schedule: they go Cincinnati Reds, then they go Boston Red Sox, then they go, I think they go Tampa, then they go Baltimore. Realistically, what do you think the Yankees have to go in that stretch?
Say that again. Sorry.
They go 3 in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
3 in Boston, 3 in Tampa Bay, and 3 in Baltimore.
Like series wise, like how many
that's
series will
before
they
the All-Star
win?
break.
How
No,
many series will they win?
what's the record be?
I
For
can't
you to be
wait.
satisfied, what does the
How
record
many
have to be?
series did you just say? Was it 5?
4.
4 series of 3 games each?
Yeah, before the All-Star break. That's the rest the Yankees have before the All-Star break.
Okay, so that's 12 games. I
Yeah.
think realistically they're gonna go 6-6. Like to be real, they're playing right now 6-6.
I think to be satisfied, they got to go 10-4.
Oh no, to be satisfied,
To
much
be
more.
satisfied, they've got to go 10-4.
Oh, you said it was 12 games.
I mean 10, not 10-2. 8-4.
Yeah, 8-4. 8-4 is that's a good stretch. I think they want to go like 9-3 though. 9-3 would be nice. We got some news. The Kings are going to be pursuing a Brandon Ingram trade. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Brandon Ingram, he's not a great player. He's a solid player for the Pelicans. So
I don't think he's going to go anywhere though.
yeah, I think he's.
If they traded for DeJounte Murray, I don't think they're going to get rid of him.
I think the New Orleans, I think the Pelicans window just opened. I know they just traded Dejounte Murray, but I think the window kind of just opened. They got smacked by Denver this year, and I think the window's it's just opened and they got Zion. But I'm interested to see what they do with Brandon Ingram.
No, where do you think Isaiah Hartenstein will go in free agency?
Hopefully, I want him to go back to the Knicks. Obviously, does he go back to the Knicks? They just spent all that money on OG. I don't think he goes back to the Knicks. I think the Knicks really want him, but I don't think he goes back to the Knicks. Where he goes in free agency, it's anyone's guess.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think the Knicks will re-sign him, but I think it's dumb with them to re-sign him because they're going to be paying him $20 million a year. OG's getting 40 something a year. Brunson they're going to probably extend this summer. Hart's getting $20 million a year. Randall's going to get get an extension this summer, next summer. Like they're gonna have a lot of guys, and they're not gonna be able to retain this team for a long time. Like Bridges is gone, and then the Nets, they're gonna get amazing picks, and the Nets will be king of New York.
Yeah, what the Nets have to do is they have to go get some superstars. You saw how that worked last time.
No, that's what I just said about the drafting.
I think the problem. I think
Where'd you get that from?
I think the problem with the New York Knicks, and I mentioned this in the Frank episode, I think they pulled the New York Yankees, or the New York Yankees should learn a lesson from them.
They overpaid so much for
That's not what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm
6
saying
first round picks.
they lost in the playoffs because of the lack of depth. If this Yankee team goes down in the playoffs, it's gonna be because they have no depth. The Yankees and Knicks, take a page out of their book, Yankees. They lost because they had no depth. Everyone was
The
hurt.
Knicks lost because they were hurt. It wasn't because of the lack of depth. It's lack of depth because they were hurt.
Exactly.
Like no team is having good
To the
players.
Yankees.
What?
That's what's happening to the Yankees.
Yeah, but it's different with the Yankees. Like
Why is it different with the Yankees?
with the Knicks, I think the Knicks led the league in bench scoring, right? But in the playoffs, they don't have enough top level talent that was healthy because like in the playoffs, right? You want your starters playing 40 plus minutes, every single one of them. You're not going to your bench. Both teams are doing that. And the Knicks, their starting five last year wasn't good enough to be going up against the top starting fives in the league. Like, let's be real, it wasn't. The Knicks' strength was their depth.
We got a baseball question here from GCast24. Any trade deadline targets for New York Yankees? How do we fix bullpen? I wrote an article about that. You can go check out the article. I list 3 names: Ryan McMahon, Tanner Scott, and Lamont Wade Jr. But I think for the bullpen piece, I think we got to stop relying on Matt Blake's magic. I think a good trade we should make is we should go get Chad Green back from the Blue Jays. Look at his ERA this year. He'd be a perfect fit back for the Yankees. Tanner Scott obviously would be a great fit for the Yankees. Lefty pitcher, Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Mason Miller. I know they're probably not going to get Mason Miller, but stop relying on the Matt Blake projects. That's what we got to stop doing. That's what they relied on this year. It didn't work. It failed. Stop relying on the Matt Blake projects. It worked with one player.
Which one player?
Michael Tonkin.
Weaver.
Fine. Weaver, Jake Muchahowski.
One game. No, but Efros is very close to coming back. Brubaker's close to coming back. Trevino will get back at some point. Like that's 3 guys who are like going to be high leverage bullpen. High leverage bullpen pieces for the Yankees this year.
Obviously, the trade deadline is a month away, but what do you think the biggest piece that's going to be moved at the deadline is this year?
The MLB, I think it'll be Ryan McMahon. I don't think it's going to be any crazy big players getting moved this year because there's a lot of mediocrity right in the NL. There's a lot of teams that are competing for a wild card spot. I don't think any team that's going to be like that has a player that's legit good and like in a contract year is going to be getting traded. It's the NL so open, the AL so open. Like any team can make ground. You see the most random teams make it to the World Series like consistently every year.
I doubt the Rockies make a move. I mean, obviously,
no, they'll trade. You don't think they'll trade McMahon?
When was the last time they actually made a trade? They don't make trades. They don't make big trades. They traded Arenado.
Last year they traded what's his name? Pierce Johnson.
All right, they don't trade big names. They're not going to trade Ryan McMahon.
Why?
Warriors declined Levine trade, as that just came in. But they don't trade their prospects. They're the Rockies. They don't know how to run an organization.
No, you're wrong. You're completely wrong.
They don't know. They don't know. They're not going to trade McMahon. Also, I think Mason Miller is 100 times better.
They're like the worst team in the league. Why wouldn't they trade McMahon?
But not the worst team in the league. But they're not.
Fine, the second, third worst team. That's just delusional not to trade him.
Because they're the Rockies. I don't think you understand how these little.
No.
The Rockies don't trade their players.
Horrible reasoning.
I'm not in the Rockies front office. I can't tell you why they don't trade their players. I think it's going to be Mason Miller is going to be the biggest name we see fall in free agency. Put down in the chat who you think the biggest name dropped in free agency will be.
I think it's more likely McMahon gets traded than Mason Miller.
No. I don't know how you could say that Mason Miller doesn't get traded this year. He's in his prime. The A's are not going to use him. They don't win games. How is he supposed to close out games?
Because he's a second-year player. He has so much time left on his contract. That's why they wouldn't trade him.
That's why they would trade him.
That's why they would. That's why they wouldn't. The reason for both.
They get so much more out of the closer if they traded him. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I think they should trade him because he's gonna break at some point. He throws too hard. Like he's gonna need Tommy John at some point. But I don't think the A's are gonna understand that and trade him.
Ari says, I don't
He
know if
won't get it. He
I don't
won't.
know if
Not to
Cash.
the Yankees. To somebody else.
If he gets traded, which he probably will. I hate to say it, but it's gonna be to the Orioles. It's gonna be the Orioles. They need the help, and that bullpen is gonna be scary. What next year? They got Kimbrel, they got Miller, Cano, Batista. It's gonna be scary next year. Another piece I think that is a big piece that could get moved. I think Brent Rooker could get moved at the deadline.
Yeah, I think that's more likely than Mason Miller. He's good. Like, I like Brian Roker.
But what are your thoughts on the new format, the new playoff format? Ever since they implicated the new format, the trade deadline has been really boring because more teams are in it and they won't sell and they won't buy.
They're they want to make a longer playoffs, obviously for revenue. I don't like it because the best team isn't winning anymore. It's just not, because when you win a division, you're getting a whole week off, and in baseball, your timing gets cooked if you're not playing for a week. Like, it'll be horrible. And while all these other teams are, playing top level pitching, they're gonna be so ready for you while you're not ready at all. Like the Dodgers, that's why they're not gonna win this year. NLDS exit, but like the best teams don't win anymore. It's wildcard teams that win now.
Yeah, but also if the MLB was saying, "Oh, we want to do this for money," they'd make the ALDS a 7-game series. The fact that we don't have that yet is crazy. It's criminal. Make the
You want it to
ALDS
be?
a 7-game series.
Why? The NBA, I disagree with you on that. Because like the NBA, you see every series is 7 games. The playoffs suck in the NBA. Like, it's way too long. Nobody likes it.
Yeah, but the NBA is
worse
also
playoffs.
NBA is also there's 3 series before the championship.
Okay, but still, it's too long. You don't want too long of a playoffs. I think if you want the MLB to go to 7-game LDS or NLDS, whatever, you got to get rid of the 3-game wildcard series, which I think they should do. It was fun with the 1-game wildcard.
Yeah, but so much happens in baseball, and like in one game, anything can happen.
I know, that's always fun, unless your team's in it.
Obviously, we haven't seen a big move go yet. So, anything you want to add before maybe we'll see a big move happen in the next 5 minutes?
No, nothing really. I don't really know. I just want to. I want to see some move happen soon, because like usually NBA free agency, it's like the first 5 minutes, crazy moves happening. This year, it's been slow. I can't lie. It's been very slow.
Yeah, the new home run derby rules come out tonight. Any thoughts on that? We don't know what it is yet, but
I didn't even know that was happening.
what, the home run derby?
There's a new home run derby rules?
Yeah, the new home run derby rules coming out tonight during the Orioles Rangers game on ESPN.
Actually?
Yeah.
They're gonna make it.
I think it's gonna have to do with the time because people
Yeah,
don't
they're
get
not
to
gonna
admire
do
the
it for
homers. Hopefully they go back to the old format. The old format was
with the
insane.
outs, with 7 outs or something.
Yeah. That was a good format.
Yeah.
That's like you're going to the backyard and having a home run derby. No one goes in the backyard saying, "Oh, we're gonna time a home run derby now." Go back to like the kids watch the home run derby. Like they do it in the backyards all the time. That's what you gotta change it to.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, nothing. You got anything?
Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees.
And Nets. Let's go Nets.
I hate the Nets. There's no momentum for any moves right now. We're gonna end it. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.